Oh.
Good evening, Bunmi. This is Monica.
Hey, Monica, how you doing?
I'm pretty good, and you?
Oh, I'm doing great.
That's wonderful.
Can you hear me okay?
Very good.
All right, thank you. Sometimes when I'm on my laptop, people can't hear me.
Oh, and I can hear you real good.
Wonderful. Hello, Tarvis.
I can't work no more, so it's like pretend work. So I go crazy, I'm bored, you know what I mean? So because I can't work, at least
You
I
hear
can
me, Tarvis?
pretend work. You got the laptop, you can play, you can get anything. I try to get games on this thing. It's tough. It's hard to get stuff. I try to get that, it probably works.
Bunmi, I have a quick question.
Sure.
Are we able to place customer orders now?
We've always been able to place customer orders. It's just that we couldn't. The coffee wasn't on the customer site.
Okay, because I just tried to order the Thrive for one of my customers, and the site wouldn't come up.
Oh, I don't know anything about that. Let me check. But what site did you put in?
She's a customer. I put in the www.lurralife.com / and then her name.
Well, that's because customers don't have a replicated URL. So you
Oh,
can't
okay.
put the slash.
Oh, okay.
So you just put lurralife.com and that's it.
Okay.
Then when you go to log in, then put in her customer username.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
You're welcome.
I'm going back on mute so I can get that done.
Okay. Hey, Karen. Hey, welcome to the call. Good evening. Who just came into the room?
Hey, Bunmi, Teresa.
Hey, Teresa. How you doing?
I am fantastic.
Good, good, good. Thanks for joining us. Hey, good evening. I see some more people just came into the room. Go ahead and give us your name and where you're calling from. It would work if I would unmute. All right, who just came in?
Joanne Jocks from South Carolina.
Hey, Joanne, how you doing?
Good, and you and everybody else?
I'm doing great. I think everyone else is as well. And that's Tina. What Tina is that? We got Tina in the room as well. Hello, Tina. Not sure what Tina that is. Nobody wants to show their face today. Everybody's in
Oh, hey,
call
Bunmi.
room. Oh, there's Tina. Hey, Tina. There goes Roxanne. Hey, Roxanne. Hey, somebody take intros real quick. I got to go to the bathroom.
Take intros.
Hey, I forgot nobody can come in unless I enter them into the room. So then now Terrell's here. Hey, Terrell.
Bunmi,
Hey.
listen, I'm hiding tonight. My monitor arm is broken and the monitor is laying right in my face and it's too close.
Oh, my goodness.
That's why I'm hiding tonight.
All right, yeah, because I know you're normally on video.
Yes.
How you doing, Bunmi? I'm back. How you doing?
Who's that?
Miss Joan, Jacquez.
Hey.
This is Tarvis. How's everyone doing today?
Doing great.
Hey, Bunmi, how are you tonight?
I'm good. How you doing, Terrell?
I'm well.
Okay. Some people are not realizing that on the flyer that gives the biggroupteam.com site, there's also a phone number there, and underneath of the phone number is the webinar ID, whatever you need to get in. So make sure that you are telling your team that if they're asking, that the dial-in number is also on that flyer. Okay. All righty. It's 2 minutes after. Let me turn this fan off, and then we'll get started. All righty, guys. Well, good evening, and welcome to our Bit Group Team Zoom. We're going to be here with you all, and we're going to have more people join us as the call goes on. I'm going to have to be entering them into the room. As we're going forward, let me know if something happens to my voice and you can't hear me, then I'll try to get on my cell phone. But I'm doing this from the laptop. Let's see, does anybody have a piece of paper and pen, a notebook, or something there with them to take notes?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Hey,
Yes.
you gonna show me hers? Awesome, I see. Great. All right. We've got a lot to go over today, and I want you to as we're going forward, not just have a paper, but do like Tina and actually have a notebook. So every week you can just keep adding to this notebook, and it'll be a great reference guide for you for when you need a refresher of, okay, well, what did Bunmi say about a certain thing? Or even when you're doing your own team calls, as I was growing up in the business of network marketing, I always took lots of notes. So anytime I had my own team call from what my upline was doing, then I could just refer, or from a seminar or whatever, I could just teach from that notebook. So that's a good hint, clue, and tip for you. So this call is being recorded. Yes, okay. It is being recorded, and I'm going to put it on my YouTube channel. I'm seeing some. Tina, can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah,
I hear you.
I can hear you.
Okay, all right, guys. So I'm going to keep talking, but if something happens and I go out, please let me know, because this internet is saying it's unstable, and I don't want you guys to miss anything. All
I
right,
will
so
through writing or text or writing, or just unpause and unmute and let you know how you want us to do that.
okay, no, yeah, just unmute and let me know.
Okay.
Okay. All right, well, guys, let's get started. And one of the things that I want to do when I host the call is to starting out with personal development. We're going to go back in some weeks to do like we did when I was in Africa and have you awesome team members to lead the call. I think that's so valuable in just helping your growth and helping to put you out there as a leader. Just having you to lead the call is a great thing. I haven't made up my mind whether we're going to go. I do 1 week, you all do 1 week, or what. But believe me, you'll get your time in the sunshine, because it doesn't have to be me talking every week. But I want to start out with personal development, because we are on a we're not calling it a blitz, but we're in a focused time here with our business as we move forward with that 12-week plan that Dan had laid out. And anything that we do, it all starts in the mind. And it's of no value for me and Shelly and Andrea, or whoever else, to talk about $20,000 a month in 12 weeks if you've never seen yourself there. If you can't even imagine yourself making $20,000 a month in the industry. So before we can start to talk to you about the actions that you should be doing and the money that you can be making, we got to do the mental work, because that's where everything else rises and falls on that. Okay, so everything rises and falls on your belief and your expectation. In fact, remember that Dan said the number one superpower that we have as humans is our expectation. So as you move forward in whatever income you're aspiring to over the next 12 weeks, you've got to set it up mentally first, okay? You got to set it up mentally first. I need somebody to unmute and tell me, what do I mean by setting it up mentally first? Real quick, somebody unmute and tell me what that means.
You have to actually see it. And that will help you to believe it, then it'll manifest.
Absolutely. And when she's talking about seeing it, a mental practice that would set you up for success is called visualization. So actually seeing it in your mind's eye is very important to you actually living it out. So if I were you, I would take on the practice of visualization intentionally, because This is one of the first steps before you're going to see any income of substantial amounts. It all starts with in the mind, setting it up and seeing it in your mind's eye. So I would, on my way to sleep, visualize that. Like, how can you visualize that? Well, maybe you are seeing in your mind your e-wallet, and you're seeing that number, that dollar amount of 1,000 in your e-wallet, or 5,000 in your e-wallet, or 20,000 in your e-wallet. Maybe you're looking in your back office and you're seeing extreme amounts of volume, like your volume has taken a quantum leap, and you have enough volume to produce $2,000 a week. Maybe you're seeing that. Maybe when you are visualizing, you are getting also into the feeling of what it feels like to, by Christmas time, have made yourself the thousands of dollars that you want to, and you have a Christmas where you don't have to use any credit cards, and you have enough money to buy people the gifts that you really wanted to buy that you haven't been able to do in the past. And so you get into the actual feeling of that. Maybe you are visualizing yourself on stage getting the car bonus awards, or holding a $20,000 check. I don't know what it is for you, but whatever it is that you are going for, you've got to do the mental work and see it in order to seize it. It's very important. This is part of the creation process. What is something else? What is another mental practice, something else that you can do in order to raise your belief level and get into sync with the income that you want for your business? What's something else that you can do? Somebody else unmute.
Affirmations
Who was
daily.
that?
Teresa.
Awesome. Awesome. So we know that life and death are in the power of the tongue. And we know that there is power in our words. So that is one of the creative faculties that God has given us. He spoke and the world leapt into existence. You can speak and create your world. And so when you are saying your affirmations, remember, the secret isn't in, just you're saying the words, but it's in the feeling behind the words, and it's in the repetition. And basically what you're doing when you're saying your affirmations as it relates to your business or anything else is that you are programming your subconscious with a new belief level, in a new belief. So how do we phrase our affirmations? Well, you phrase them positively. You phrase them, a good way to phrase them, a technique that I use is to phrase them with a feeling. Because the secret isn't just that you're saying the words and it's magic just in the words, but it's the feeling behind the words. Because when you get into a certain feeling, you are creating a vibration around you. That vibration doesn't just stay there with you. The vibration creates a field around you that actually magnetizes those things that you want and those things that are in harmony with that feeling to you. So when you are saying your affirmations, maybe you phrase it, I am so happy and grateful now that I'm earning an income of $5,000 a month. I am so happy and grateful that before the end of 2019, I've made X dollars a month. And so, it feels so good to be making an extra income of $1,000 every single month or every single week, whatever it is for you. But some people make a mistake, and in their affirmations, they say what they want. Who knows why we don't write, I want to be making $20,000 a month? Who can tell me why we don't say that? Unmute.
because you're not speaking it as if it was already, as if it is.
Exactly. Thank you, Cassandra. So when you're saying I want, if you something, you don't have it, right? And so when you're speaking your affirmations, you're not getting into the feeling of wanting. Wanting is a longing. If you're saying to the universe, I want something, and the universe says, your wish is my command, you're going to stay in the wanting. You're going to stay in the not having. So however you phrase it and whatever you say, it as if you have it now. You are in possession of it already. It's a done deal. I'm so happy and grateful now that whatever the done deal is. I'm so happy and grateful now that I earn the car bonus every single month. It feels so good to be earning $1,000 car bonus every single month and to be driving my new Mercedes-Benz or whatever it is, okay? So this is very important. And those of you who are a part of the Keys to Everything program, who have been through it, or are still going through it, or who are coaching others through it, make sure that as you are recruiting, you are teaching your team members the principles as it relates to the keys to everything. Because you're going to find without the personal development piece, your people are going to struggle more. So, even as we're recruiting, guys, not everybody is ready for a business. Some people need to read a book first. Some people need to get their mind right first. Or at the very least, if you think they still qualify to join you, help them to have more success by teaching them to work their business by these principles. One day I'm going to write a book, and the book is going to be called, and don't y'all take my title, Mind Your Business. Mind your business. Mind your business typically says, hey, get out of what's going on in my life and keep to your own. But that's not what this mind is. I'm talking about mind as a verb of what we do in the mental work. So I'm telling you all that if you have not been doing it, or if you have not been doing it faithfully or to the extent that you should, you need to be minding your business, okay? Trevor said it's my title now. Okay? You should be minding your business. Does this make sense to you all? Yes, Tina's shaking her head, yes, okay?
Yes, yes.
Wonderful, wonderful. And I'm telling you, you're going to see things start to evolve. There's going to be things are going to come more easily, start flowing. You're going to start moving forward in your business more than you have in the past when you apply these personal development concepts, and not just concepts, but practices to your business daily. It is rare that I start out my day without me doing my prayer, my affirmations, my visualization, and my reflection. This is how I start my day and get myself into harmony with the good that I desire. So as soon as I wake up and as soon as I open my eyes, I don't get up. My mind is already programmed to start seeing what it is that I want, to start seeing myself with leaders in various countries, to start seeing myself as the top income earner in the company, as an 8-figure global leader, to start seeing myself with all of the things that I want, the experiences, the conditions, the material things, and the non-material things. I do that before I even get out of bed. Then once I get out of bed, I go into my space, I use my bathroom, and then that's where I get into my affirmations, more visualization, talking to myself about what I know to be true about my business and my income and my team and my volume. So I'm telling you all this because I don't want it to be a secret. I don't want you to say, oh, Bunmi's so lucky because she has people in the UK and she has people in the Bahamas and she has people in the Caribbean. Jamaica just came on board, and she has people in wherever, different parts of Africa. Don't just clap your hands and be all happy for me. It's happened because I'm calling it forth. It's not just happening because, oh, God is just blessing me just to bless me. The same thing can happen for you. I've asked for it. What does Kay Miller say? Ask for it, and it what?
It just shows up.
You got it.
Shows up.
Ask for it, and it just shows up. But at the subconscious level, you have had to get rid of the old limiting beliefs, get rid of that old identity, and start creating a new self-image, a new identity, and you've got to know what it is that you want. I was clear. I was very clear on what I wanted to do in Africa. I'm very clear with having a team that looks like the United Nations. I'm very clear with the income that I desire, all right, that I have. It's not I hope this happens. I'm clear. I put it out there every day. I know how universal laws work. It's a done deal. And so you have to apply this same thing to your life, okay? To your business. So when we start these calls, we're always going to be heavy on the personal development because that's where everything else starts. And know this for your team, guys, and teach this to them, because if you're telling people to prospect 2.5 hours a day, if you're telling them to make calls, make a chicken list and call those people, they're not going to call the people if they're afraid. They got to have something going on good, great in their inner man that causes them to dial the phone and speak to that pastor who normally they would be afraid of calling. So you've got to help yourself in helping your team by growing up an organization that is mentally tough, that is strong. But you got to grow up an organization that has that rhino spirit, that charges, not this weak, not this timid, not this faint of heart, but that are moving forward in a powerful way. And if a person is weak-minded, and if they're weak in their personal development, you're going to have a weak team that's not producing. And that's not going to give you the income that you want, okay? So first thing, you got to get that personal development piece right. All right, guys. Well, let's move on and talk about let me give you some announcements of some events that are coming up. I want you to write down October the 19th. Saturday, October the 19th, all roads lead, all Maryland people lead, all people south of North Carolina lead to South Carolina. Calling all big group members to our Southeast regional event happening in Greensboro at the Power Play Event Center. Our CEO, Lynn Putnam, will be there in the house. That training that we got on the 12-week training they did last Monday, we're going to be going over that live and in person. It's going to be great energy. You're going to have lots of guests there. You want you and your team there, and this is an event that you travel to. This isn't just a 20-person event. This is one of the events. Remember, I don't know if you guys were on the call, but remember corporate said, hey, we're going to start doing live events where we're going to have someone from corporate represented. We're going to bring the, what's it called? Oh, the 5-day sample pack. This is one of the old ones, but we're going to be having these out there for your guests. So on October the 19th, guys, we're excited. As I think Coach Janita the other day was saying, that events build your belief, and they certainly do. So you want to make sure that not only you get to the event, that you get your team to the event. And this is what I need you to do. I need you to step up and organize, those of you who are not in the North Carolina area, step up and organize the van, the caravan, your team in the car with you, people coming down together, whatever you need to do to get yourself and your team, cross line, down line, whatever, to the North Carolina event. So even if, let's say if you're coming from Maryland, if you left at 4 o'clock in the morning and it took you 6 hours, you get there by 10 o'clock. So you don't have to stay the night. You can do an early morning road trip, leave at 3:30, leave at 4, and still get there on time, okay? So I have an expectation that the big group, as long as you can drive and get there, that you're going to be in attendance. Now, you might, if you want to fly, you can fly. If you have to fly, and you can, I understand. But if that date is open, if it's not open, I want you to get it open. And if it's already open, I want you to attend, okay? Your business needs you to attend the event. So that's October the 19th. You're going to hear me talking about it. But also, you've got to, if you're saying, I aspire to an income of thousands of dollars a month, I aspire to the $20,000 a month or whatever, there's no way you can get there unless you grow yourself into more, unless you put yourself out there as a leader. You need to be thinking, oh, an event. It doesn't matter. In the past businesses I was in, they announced an event. Oh, I got to make me a flyer. Now, I don't know how to make flyers. So I got to call somebody and get them to make a flyer. So whether you use Fiverr and pay $5, whether you use who we've used in the past and she can do it for $15, or whether you use Anne Marie and she does it for $25, it doesn't matter. But what you need to do in your new business identity is say, oh, wow, there's an event, I need to promote it. Facebook allows you to target certain areas. I got a Facebook page. Let me target the Greensboro area and promote this. Let me play the Who Do I Know game and see who's in 336 and 704 and 919, okay? So not only are we making sure that our team members are there, but if you're going to gain market share in an area, it is about having guests from the area to show up. Now, let me tell you something else that relates to personal development that's happened for me in the past. I don't want to ever hear the excuse of, well, I don't know anybody in the area. Attract the people that you need to attract who are in the area. I can't tell you how many times over my business career that as soon as an event was announced somewhere, it could have been in Miami, Florida. Next thing you know, somebody from Miami, Florida happens to be giving me a call. I meet somebody and they happen to be from Miami, Florida. What is that? The law of attraction, okay? When you start focusing on something, you pull it into your space. Maybe those types of things that happen for you. Maybe you're in more, intentional of asking people, hey, who do you know that's in North Carolina? Finding out which one of your Facebook friends who are there. Again, using Facebook ads to find people who are there. Whatever it takes. But whenever there's an event, you should be promoting the event. You should be promoting it consistently. You should be making calls towards the event and telling people about it. You should be making videos about the event. So those are just 4 ways I think I gave you to continue to promote the event. And write this down. When there's an event, you want to promote early and often. Write down early and often. So often would be, maybe you make a video each day because you've got yourself on a Facebook Live 30-day challenge and you're mentioning the event. Maybe you decide one day you'll make a post, the next day you'll do a Facebook video, then you'll do a YouTube video. Okay, so think about how you're going to be doing it, but you should be promoting early and often. And when you invite people to your event, please don't make the mistake to think, oh, I told them and now they know. You always want to stay in front of people and keep dripping on them. Whether you're doing a countdown of, hey, 20 days to the event, and every 2 or 3 days you give a reminder or text them out a flyer. Whether you do a countdown, you're doing a video countdown every day, hey, 28 days, 27 days, and you give some type of tip or something motivational as you're doing your countdown. So write all these things down, guys, because I'm giving you ideas. Because oftentimes people say, well, I don't know what to say on a video. Well, I'm telling you now, I'm giving you some ideas of how you can frame it and phrase it and what you can do, okay? So you're promoting early and you're promoting often for this Greensboro event. Now, here's another event that we're having, but it's a little different. Remember, we started talking about the First Ladies Tea happening in Baltimore on October the 26th. So the First Ladies Tea this is the third annual one coming up. And this is an event where churches from all over Baltimore, people have been calling in to nominate their First Lady to get this amazing First Lady award. And so they're going to be, I think they're going to choose like 10 First Ladies, and one will get like the top First Lady award or whatever. But on this day, on October 26th, it's going to be about 300 people representing 10 different churches, and we are the sponsors of the event, Lurralife Detox Tea. So we thought it would be so awesome that, wow, there's a First Ladies Tea. We've got our detox tea that would go so well together. Now, here's where you come in. This event has a cost to it, and it has a fairly, what you would call, kind of, only as a sponsor, is about $4,000, right? So I don't know if you call that expensive or not. But this is what we figure. If we divided this up between maybe 10 people, and then you with your team, let's say, if you say, man, Bunmi, I want to be in on this because I get to have my own church, meaning all of the 10 churches that are there, we get to talk on the stage where we've got the commercials. There's something called a bounce back when they nominate their First Lady. Then they're going to get this bounce back email letter about the tea. Lots of good stuff going on. And then each of the churches who are there, we have the potential to be like you have the potential to be the tea go-to person, or your team, the tea go-to persons for that church. This is going to be huge, guys, huge. Talking about sales, talking about just think of the people who go to church and they're overweight. They want to look better in their clothes. The First Lady wants to look good. There's wellness ministries. So imagine if New Psalmist was yours. Imagine if New Shiloh was yours. Imagine whatever church you got to be, or you and your team got to be the go-to person for that. So it's a really great opportunity. Again, if you take $400 to invest into the event, and then divide it up amongst your team members. Maybe you have, 5 team members, the 2 of you, each person do $200, whatever. But we just wanted to put that out there because that's a great opportunity, and there is no way that Dr. Darrell and I can service all of the people ourselves. I don't need to, and I don't want to. I want it to go to you all. We're on a crusade to get Baltimore healthy, right? What better than to get inside of the church market in Baltimore by being a part of the First Ladies Tea? All right. Now, moving on, speaking of tea parties, you've seen what's going on in South Africa. Hopefully, if you follow my page or Jackie and Goma see or see what we post in the group, you see how they're doing a beautiful job of continuing the tea parties from South Africa, from Johannesburg to Cape Town to Zimbabwe to Botswana. They got it going on. And so yesterday, Doris had her tea party at her church. She called it Tea, Coffee, Gospel Social. And so, Doris, I want you to unmute and just share with the team just a little bit about your success of yesterday, what you said, what went really well yesterday, because it all went well. So big kudos and shout out to you. But just give us about a minute or two recap on what happened yesterday, Doris, because there are a lot of other people who say, you know what, I want to do something like that at my church. Are you out there, Doris? I saw you come on. Let's see, we may have to unmute Doris. Let me find Doris on the dashboard. Doris, are you out there? I saw her come on. Okay, I don't see Doris right now. Maybe she will log back on. But hopefully you all saw the pictures of Doris's event. Bottom line, Doris keeps a lot of product. Doris sold out of all of her product yesterday. All right, so she's ordering more today to replenish. But she had a very successful event. People left out of there with gallons of tea. People left out of there with the triple bundle packs of tea. People left out of there with, no, Coach Janita wasn't there. People left out of there buying, month supplies. Bottom line is she sold out. And so at her event, this wasn't an event where a lot of team members were coming together. We opened it up and told people they could come and bring people, but actually one person, Gajara, was able to come. Other than that, Doris filled that place with 20 people herself. So she had 20 guests, had a great, great response. So if I were you, I would look to do something at your church, find out how you do that. Doris talked to her pastor. She had the support of the pastor. They put it in the church bulletin. She got a flyer. They put it in the church bulletin, and 20 people showed up, and she had a really great event. So if you see the post in the group, definitely give her some kudos for the great event that she had there on yesterday. All right, guys, y'all ready to talk money? Money, 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 money. Y'all ready? You ready, Cassandra? You ready, Tina?
I'm ready.
You ready, Wild Bill? Shake your head like this, Wild Bill. Okay. Awesome. Let's talk money. Let's talk 12 weeks to 20K. Now, I'm going to need you all to unmute because I'm going to ask you all some questions. Now, who knows where you can find the call that Dan did on Monday? Where is that posted? Because you want to go back and listen to that over and over again. I've already listened to it 4 times, maybe more. But who can tell me and tell the team, where do you find the recording of Dan on the Q&A call? Who knows?
Bunmi?
Yes.
You can find it in the Bit group chat. You can find it in the Facebook Bit group also.
All right.
Those are 2 places. But there are many others.
Great. So you can find it in the group. And a more specific answer I'm looking for is Randy actually put it on a website. Okay? So if you go to 90 Days to Millionaire, when you go into the group and you see, like Shelly put a post, I put a post out with that link that's leading you to the audio. The domain to that is 90daystoMillionaire.com. Write that down, 90daystoMillionaire.com. This could be a glorious day. Okay, get yourself back out.
Okay.
Now, it's, you may say, well, why do I need to keep listening to that call? Repetition. It's so, hold on. Okay. Repetition is so important. And when you listen to anything, you get a small percentage of what you hear. You're going to listen to that call 4, 5, 6, 7 times, and I promise you, there'll be new things that you didn't hear the previous times. There'll be things that you get that you didn't get before. So you want to listen to that because there are some strategic things that Dan tells you to do that you may totally miss just having listened to it one time, okay? So I want you to go back and I want you to listen to that call. And also tomorrow at noon on our Q&A call, we're going to be going again over some tips for you to help you to make that 12-week run real, okay? Now, on this 12-week run, so basically it's almost like to the end of the year, but maybe a little shy. During this time, the scenario that Dan gives, I want you to understand that this is perfect world scenario, meaning if everybody got their 2 in 7 days, 1 week, and then those people got their 2 in their next 7 days, and that duplicated out perfectly, at the end of that time, you would be at over $20,000 a week in income. Now, remember in that call, Dan was like, one of the things that people think in network marketing, in your mind, you think, oh, it's got to be long and it's got to be hard. And we talked first about self-image and you see in yourself, because most people, like, they can't even identify with $20,000 a month. So you got to do that work to be able to identify with it. And you're not going to even go after it if you don't believe that you can actually do it. So you got to listen to this call over and over again. It's going to help you to raise your belief at how simple it can be and how obtainable it can be. And understand this, guys. When you're going after a goal, and sometimes I get the way this is said mixed up, but it's like you might as well shoot for the moon, at least you land amongst the stars. I think that's how it goes, right? So if you are going for this and you don't hit your 20,000, guess what? You're much further along than if you had never done it anyway. So whether you miss it by 90% and you end up with an extra $2,000 a month in residual income or a week in residual income, depending on what you want, you're further along than if you hadn't done it. So go forward and do it with everything in you. Now, so this is the 12 weeks to 20,000 or more. So that, again, that's perfect world scenario. But we know some people get there 2 in a week, and some people may take them longer. Some people can get on the phone today and call and get their 2 people quick, just like that. So I want you all to have a greater sense of urgency in your recruiting and sponsoring. And don't be okay with taking a whole month to sign somebody up in a business. Let's have a sense of urgency about it, because if you're using the time to prospect that Dan talked about, and I want somebody to unmute and tell me what that is, what is the amount of time that he said, you put this in, this isn't even, I mean, it's barely part-time, but it's still going to give you better results than you've been getting. What's that amount of time at least that you should be prospecting each day?
30 minutes. 30
He said you get one person per month.
Who said one person? Oh, I know what you're talking about, the power of one. I'm going to get to that too. Okay. So I heard 30 minutes. I think I heard somebody say 2 hours. So in the call, Dan says if he prospects for, I think he said an hour, typically he can get 6 people who will take a look. You want to at least, guys, at least be doing 30 minutes, at very least. But to be honest with you, like I called this gentleman the other day, a leader in the industry, and so I was telling him about Dan's call. I use the call as a way to recruit, okay? Because he knows about Lurralife. I wanted him to hear the money potential for people and how Dan laid that out. So I emailed that to him, and he told me, he said, look, if I give this 2.5 hours a day, he said, me on the phone for 2.5 hours is like the average person doing 10 hours a day, because I know the right people to call. I know other leaders. I know people who've been in the industry. But you want to make sure that you give at least 30 minutes. If you can allot 2 hours, that would be great. But what you're doing in this time is you are getting people in your pipeline. It's not, oh, let me call up this person and see if they'll join. That's too much pressure. You can't make a person join or not. You are piquing their interest. What are you doing when you call people?
Piquing their interest.
Yes, you're piquing their interest to see if they're open, to see if they're willing to take a look, to see if they have a need for extra income or something on the side of what they're currently doing, or if they can get excited about a business that has the potential to allow them more freedom in their life, to design their own lifestyle. Girl, look, it may not be for you, but I'm telling you, if I were you, I'd at least take 5 minutes and take a look at this thing and see if it's something that you want to take a look at either now or in the future. So don't put the pressure on yourself of, I'm calling this person, let me see if they'll join. You don't know if they'll join. And the average person takes 7 exposures anyway before they sign up. So your first call is the one exposure just to pique their interest. That call may put them in your pipeline and start putting them through the information gathering process. And this is what I do, guys. Even if I'm really good and I could just call a person and just get them in from me talking, I'm doing that person a disservice by not putting them through the process, because when you are recruiting people, the way that you are exposing them to the business is training. Let me say that again. The way that you are exposing a person to the business is you training them. Because if they decide that they want to do the business, they should be able to look back and see what it is that you said when you called them, what it is that you told them to look at, like the 4x4 video, what it is that you did, such as introduce them to me and Dr. Darrell so we could connect with them, what it is that you did, such as have them to listen to the Tuesday night call. Process, step by step. So you may be good at what you do, but don't be so good that what you do is not duplicatable. You get a presentation over the phone to someone is not duplicatable. Do you guys understand what I mean by that?
Yeah. Yes.
I got you.
You got me. Great. So remember, we say invite, expose, and get help closing. When you are doing your sponsoring time, your prospecting time, you're inviting them to take a look. Some will, some won't, so what? It's no big deal. You just call them to tell them about something that you found that's exciting, and you want to share it with them and see if they're open to taking a look. And then, so you pique their interest, you expose them with a tool, you get help closing with the 3-way call, okay? That's what we do. You write down those steps, invite, expose, and get help closing. And when you are consistent with your 30 minutes a day, your hour, your 2 hours, whatever it is, and you get enough people in your pipeline, then just for the sake of sheer numbers, you're going to start getting people coming out the other end. It's a numbers game. People are looking for something to do. People are looking for a way out of their job. People are looking for extra income. People are looking for residual. People are looking for home-based businesses. And you've got to offer them what you have. So it's your job to make the offering. It's their job to make the decision. Write that down. It's your job to make the offering. It's not your job to get them in. It's your job to make the offering for them to take a look. It's their job to make the decision. Now, we help them in making this decision by answering their questions, overcoming any objections. We do that as the trained upline leaders. We help you with that. We help you with the closing. But you've got to do the first work. Now, write this word down. Inspire. One of the things that I do, and write down the word inspiration as well. Inspire, inspiration. Sometimes in recruiting, to help you to become a better recruiter, you got to learn to inspire people. Sometimes people's belief level in themselves are low. Sometimes they just, like, maybe the light at the end of the tunnel has grown dim. Their belief level just isn't there. And sometimes you got to make it brighter, like, oh my gosh, the potential, girl, this is something that is possible. I don't know if it's for you or not, but it has the ability to change your life. I mean, there's people who actually are living these freedom-filled lifestyles every day, being able to wake up when they're done sleeping, and that we deserve for that to be our reality. So you got to learn at some level not to convince. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about convincing people, because we know what that gives us. A man convinced against his will is of the same persuasion still. We know that. But to inspire people where they say, you know what? I deserve more freedom. Man, I really could use an extra $1,000 a month. I would love for my car to be paid for. Let me look at this and see if this is something that I could see myself doing. Okay? So learn to inspire in the process, and that will help you to become a better recruiter. All right. Let's see. We got 10 minutes left. So we're rounding third here. Now let's move on and let's talk about, I told y'all we were going to have a lot packed in this call. Hopefully you got a page full of notes already. 2 more things, okay? I need somebody who hasn't answered yet, because we're going to talk now about volume. Why does volume matter? There's different reasons, and I want to hear from some different people. Why does volume matter in this business? Really, run any network marketing business. Why does volume matter? And some people to unmute. Nobody knows?
Because we get paid on sales of products, which is a volume.
Who's that talking?
Al?
Hey, Al, how you doing?
Great.
All right. Well, that's the bottom line right there, because we get paid off of volume. That's great. Anybody else had another way of phrasing it or something else they wanted to share?
Also, Bunmi, shows that your company is growing and you're making everybody see that the product is working. You're sharing, you're conversing, and you're putting the word out there. And it's volume speaks money, and as same thing is excitement.
Okay, you're right. So, okay, I didn't even think about that, because when your volume is growing, that means your business is growing. The success stories that you can share, man, our team is exploding, our volume is really growing. That gives you a story to tell. That's good, Frank. Okay, anybody else had anything they wanted to say about that?
Because this is a volume-driven business, and without it, it is not a business.
That's right. It's a volume-driven business. So everybody had great answers. So you got to learn to pay attention to your volume. Volume matters. Volume is sales. And if you don't have volume, that means you don't have sales. That means you're not in business. Every single day, you need to see in your back office where you see left volume and right volume, that should be moving. Those numbers should be moving. And if they stay the same for so too long, you need to say, uh-oh, I'm not in business. So, and don't just be looking at your team, because you got to be a do-it-first leader. So you got to be moving the ticker, right? You got to be moving the chains like in football. When they make a first down, they move the chains. The chain's not moving in your business. Nobody's making first downs. That means nobody's doing anything. You got to be getting out there and selling. If you're not going to sell be a customer. Dr. Darrell told me today, he said, please make sure you tell people, if you're just ordering once a month for your own personal use and you're not selling, just tell them to, just be a customer. You're not recruiting, you're not selling. No reason for you to purchase on the distributor side. Do your sponsor a favor and order as a customer until you decide that you want to do distributor activities. Okay? Dr. Derek is writing the digs for me to repeat again. If you're not going to be actively doing the business, order as a customer. Customers are great. We love customers. We don't try to take a good customer and make them into a bad distributor. Sign up a lot of customers. Have a big book of customer business. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you're building your business, you want to have a team that is productive, so you see that volume moving on a daily basis. How does volume move? So somebody tell me, what are the different ways that on a daily basis you can see volume coming into your team? What are the actions that create volume? Who knows?
Product movement.
Right. And how do we get product movement for what? Name one, Tarvis.
Number one is buying it for yourself.
Okay, very good. When you purchase product for your own use, now remember, you don't get paid off of your own volume per se. We all need to have at least our one active order bonus package for ourselves. Somebody else, how do we create volume on the team?
Customer
This
sales.
is Monica, auto ship.
Okay, very good, Monica. Auto ship. So every day, some auto ship should be hitting in your downline. You should have people. When we go to our new back office, auto ship is actually going to change. It's only going to be 2 times a month. I don't know what those dates are. I think it's like the 5th and the 25th. I know that's coming. But through auto ship, okay? Exactly. And Roxanne,
customer sales.
Very good, Roxanne. Customer sales. What else?
Also, by bringing new members into the organization.
Yes, thank you, Frank. New members coming into the organization with a product purchase. All of those create volume in your team. So you are business owners, you should know volume comes from sales. Sales comes from doing business, from prospecting, auto ships, customer sales, your own personal manual orders that you put in, and from recruiting people with their product package. Those are the ways we get sales. That's how you build your volume. So if you say, man, look at this volume. Well, my volume's low. Some people will say to me, oh, man, I really got to get that weak leg going. Okay, well, now you know how to get the weak leg going. You got to be recruiting some people who are going to go out and order products for themselves, who are going to go out and sell products, who are going to go out and recruit other people. You need to do that in your weak leg. You get your weak leg going by creating some energy in that leg. If you have people there who are not doing much, yeah, you can call them and see if they're kind of in tune. But remember, it's easier to give birth than to resurrect the dead. Get some fresh, new blood into your business, some people who are excited with some new, fresh energy, and that's the way to get that leg going. Sometimes recruiting new people will wake up the old people. They'll see what they're missing out on. And sometimes people never wake up, and you just keep going with what you have to do, okay? All this is really important. But remember, if you're one of those ones who are, you're just kind of like a customer, but you're on the distributor side, do your sponsor a favor and just really be a customer, okay? This is serious. We got to stop playing games here. As Dr. Darrell says, he's typing this. We got to stop playing games. I think that's him. Somebody's typing something here. So, all right, so volume matters. Now, we got to hurry up. Okay, somebody else tell me real quick, what is the team strategy that we talked about 2 weeks ago to help everyone increase their volume? Somebody tell me that. Anybody remember this team strategy? Andrea was in there.
Buy two, get one free of the tea each week.
Yes, okay? So what you should be doing, guys, is you're buying two and get one free to sell, not to stock in your garage, to sell. So you buy two, get one free, and then you do like Donita did, and you sell your product online, like we tell you to do, and you call from your list and you ask people to try out your product and be your customer. You are social on social media, and you're posting out testimonies, and you're posting out videos, and so calling you because they're saying, hey, I want to lose some weight. Hey, I want to feel good. Oh, my goodness, I'm looking to drop some weight and look good in my clothes. And so you're actually marketing. How do you sell your product? You've got to market. Some of you all, I don't see you on social media marketing at all. And remember, we do it in a non-salesy way by giving value, okay? We're sharing success stories. We're giving value. We're telling testimonies. We're sharing some of the benefits without posting our links. So remember, if a person is, let's say we had a team. If you had a team of whatever size, but let me just say if you had a team of 10 people and everybody was getting their car bonus package for the month, okay, well, that's great. But if the same 10 people were getting their car bonus package the first week of the month, selling that, going back, taking their money, reordering, because they got their profit, now take that same money, reorder, sell it the second week, take that money, reorder, your volume has just gone up 4 times with the same amount of people, because as a leader, now you're saying, hey guys, we got to get out here, we got to go to work, we got to talk to people, we got to crusade, we got to sell our product. We got to help people to lose weight. We got to help them to be healthier. We got to help them to detox. We got to help them to get off of prescription drugs. Closed mouths don't get fed, and people don't get healthier by you being quiet. You got to implement this strategy in your team. So the more product that's sold, the more people are making money, the more excited they're going to be, the more happy you're going to be, because the more volume's going to go up. So know that selling is a good thing. If you're in business, you are selling. Sometimes we like to say, oh, we're just sharing. Yeah, we're sharing, but we're sharing so people can get out that credit card and give you them dollars and pay for some value. And understand the value that you're giving them in these products far outweighs the money that they're paying. Because if a person gets a buy two, get one free pack of tea from you, and they pay that $85, the good health that they're going to get, the life extension, the cleansing out of their body is worth far more than $85. So never make excuses for or feel funny about a person paying you $100 for these wellness products, because they're worth thousands. You can't put a price on good health. Our products work, and they're very affordable. And so whenever people buy any amount of our products, they are getting a steal of a deal. Now, that's what I have for you today. I wanted you to, and we're right at 9:01. Again, this is going to be recorded. I'm going to put it out there on YouTube. And I will be contacting you. Cassandra, I'm going to elicit your help so that we can get some ball leading these calls and getting you your time to really step up, get used to talking in front of people. And I promise you, the more you do more leadership things, the more your sponsoring numbers are going to grow up, because as you get better, your income is going to get better as well. Did anybody have any questions before we go?
I have one.
Yes.
I was just typing it in, but since you asked, she also mentioned with this strategy to create a personal customer account too also, right?
Yes. Okay. I'm glad you brought that up. So what a strategy would be, after your first buy two, get one free order, and you order again, you can order it under yourself as a customer or as a business, whatever you want to do, and have it to come to you. Okay? So customer would get 50%, so that's the way to get more. But after you have your first order, then you can order as a customer. you're going to get that customer bonus coming to you, and the product is going to come to you as well. That's a way to maximize the compensation and maximize your profit, because you're paying as small of amount as you can for your tea, and you're selling your tea, so your profit is more. So thank you, Tarvis. That was thank you for bringing that out. Al, did you have something?
You're welcome.
Anybody else?
Bunmi, I had a question.
Frank, and then Roxanne.
Yeah, what was the name of the place in Greensboro? You said Power Play.
Yeah, the Power Play Event Center. I'm getting a flyer done this week, and we'll have an address for you soon. The Power Play Event Center is where it's going to be held.
All right.
All right, and Roxanne.
Bunmi, where can we access the tape, the recording of the training call with Andrea Gaines?
That's on my YouTube channel.
On your
Everybody
YouTube
should
channel?
subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can see the videos when I post them out. That way you thinking, oh, what kind of video I do? Just copy off of me. Okay? So subscribe to my YouTube channel, and all of these videos are there. Speaking of which, guys, last Tuesday when I did opportunity call, now I have that on a recorded call number. Write this down. 470-200-0080. Again, 470-200-0080. And the PIN number is 2019 pound. Okay, 2019 pound. So that's a recorded call, and you can use the 15 minutes about to share the opportunity with someone. Also, on my YouTube channel, also, Randy has it on the, I think it's on the 90daystoMillionaire.com site, or maybe on he has another site he just did too, that's the money chart. No, I think that's on look online. It's something like youaretheanswer.com or something like that. So look in the group. Be sure to scroll through the post, because a lot of you all haven't been active in the group and you're missing out on some good training and posts and updates. Okay. All righty, guys. Well, I appreciate it. Oh, hey, go ahead, Cassandra.
Yeah, I just want to say something about the team strategy. That I've been getting quite a few customer orders lately, and I've been using the buy two, get one free if the O2 drops, and I've had customers who, because of health conditions, need a minimum of 2 bottles, but they can't afford, they say they can't afford it. So I've encouraged them to get the buy two, get one free. They can sell 1 bottle. So now those 2 bottles only cost them $30. They sell 1 for $60. They're using it. They're talking to people about it. So it's going to be easy for them to sell 1 of those bottles. And the triple, what I call the triple bundle, is the 1-month supply of the tea, Thrive, and O2. I've had people who need all 3 products but could only afford 2. So that is a great package. And I just wanted to encourage everybody that even as customers, not just for our own personal use, to buy 2, get 1 free, or the triple bundle, you can encourage people to get that if they, having financial issues, then you can show them how they're really paying less for their product and being able to help someone else at the same time. Thank you, Bunmi.
Well, thank you for bringing that out, because yesterday at Darce's event, we let them know they could get all 3 products. All 3 products normally cost $160, but we have a $60 off deal where you can get it for $99. And they were like, oh, okay, I want that. So people love a deal. Those 3 products individually, they order them, that's $160. But we got it in a package for $60 off. People will jump at that because people love sales, they love deals. So we give them the deal. All 3 for $99 is like they're only paying for 2. So thank you, Cassandra, for bringing that out. All right, guys. Well, I just needed to call. I want us all to say bye with some energy. The Q&A call tomorrow. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Good night. Good night, Tina. Good night, Doris.
Good night, everyone.
Good night. Good night, Bunmi. Good night, Del. Good night, Tarvis. Good night, Al.
Guys,
Have a wonderful and blessed week, guys.
Okay.